4 years after the destruction of Isla Nublar, Biosyn operatives attempt to track down Maisie Lockwood, while Dr. Ellie Sattler investigates a genetically engineered swarm of giant insects. 4 years after dinosaurs have been released on the central area, people have needed to conform to their presence. The Mosasaurus is seen pulling a fishing boat down in the wake of snatching its enclosure of fish with its jaws. Many individuals have kicked the bucket from dino-related episodes, and keeping in mind that many figure the ancient creatures ought to be completely killed off, others have tracked down away in the underground market to sell and circulate caught all of ancient creatures wrongfully. The public authority gives control to Biosyn Hereditary Qualities, an organization drove by Lewis Dodgson, Campbell Scott, with the guarantee to keep the dinosaurs held at a safe haven in Italy's Dolomite Mountains, to additional exploration them for drug purposes. News Inclusion likewise takes note of that Maisie Lockwood, Isabella Lesson, has vanished after her real essence as a clone was unveiled. At an office in Nevada, Claire Deering, Bryce Dallas Howard, and Zia Rodriguez, Daniela Pineda, save a child dinosaur from an unlawful reproducing site. They join Franklin Webb, Equity Smith, as they get away from in a van, yet safety office. Pursue them until the three figure out how to lose them. Someplace close to the blanketed mountains in Nevada, Owen Grady, Chris Pratt, is riding a pony to fight an enormous dinosaurs. After he's finished, he returns to the lodge that he imparts to Claire and Maisie, as he and Claire are currently her new parents. Hired soldiers drove by Rain Delacourt, Scott Fogg, are keeping an eye on them in the fore. This makes her get irritated with them, and she has additionally become inquisitive about Charlotte Lockwood, whom she was cloned from. Adequately sure. In the forest, Maisie being their objective. Not a long way from the lodge, Blue the raptor has abiogenetically imitated a youngster, who Maisie later names Beta. They go hunting together. In Texas, two kids are pursued by a tremendous multitude of grasshoppers. This is brought to the consideration of paleobotanist Ellie Sattler, Laura Dern. She explores the homestead where the insects went after and gobbled up every one of the yields. Ellie is let by the youngster's mom know that the adjoining crops, which were immaculate by the grasshoppers, are planted by Biosyn. Ellie reunites with Dr. Alan Award, Sam Neill, who is working with other trying scientists. She carries a caught beetle to him and makes sense of the circumstance, expecting that in the event that they spread, they might wreck the natural. Alan and Ellie figure that Biosyn probably made them so their harvests are that remaining parts. Ellie needs to get DNA from one more grasshopper at the Biosyn safe haven and requests Alan's assistance. She was at that point welcomed by their close buddy, Dr. Ian Malcolm, Jeff Goldblum. Regardless of showing some reluctance, Alan eventually consents to join. Back at the lodge, Blue and Beta happen upon Owen, Claire, and Maisie. They are completely shocked to see Blue has become a mother. The soldiers of fortune before long take their action and catch Beta. Back at the lodge, Blue and Beta happen upon Owen, Claire, and Maisie. They are completely shocked to see Blue has become a mother. The soldiers of fortune before long take their action and catch Beta. Claire contacts Franklin, who currently works for the CIA. He assists them with getting data on Delacourt and guides them toward Owen's previous collaborator at Jurassic World, Barry Sembine, Omar Sy, who can assist with taking them to any place the soldiers of fortune are taking Maisie and Beta. Alan and Ellie show up at the safe haven and meet Ramsey Cole, Mamadou Athey, Biosyn's head of correspondences. He acquaints them with Dodgson, who guarantees they are chipping away at something progressive and weighty. Alan and Ellie are accompanied to find Ian giving a talk. A while later, he goes along with them and tactfully lets Ellie know that the beetles are to be sure essential for an evil plan by Biosyn. In the interim, Dodgson meets with Dr. Henry Wu, B.D. Wong, who has since become contrite of his activities in aiding move these examinations along, as he noticed that the grasshoppers have developed at a disturbing rate. In Malta, a partner of Dodgson's, Sonoya Santos, Deacon Lackman, calls him to say that Maisie and Beta have been shipped independently to Biosyn HQ. Owen and Claire likewise show up and rejoin with Barry. He carries them to an underground market dinosaur ring, where creatures are being sold, eaten, or compelled to battle. Claire meets Kayla Watts, DeWanda Shrewd, a pilot who flies for the sellers. She cautions Claire about meddling with anybody there, however in the long run consents to assist Claire with tracking down Maisie. As this occurs, Owen and Barry stay stowed away and witness Delacourt meeting with Santos to pirate Atrociraptors. The two defy and battle Delacourt and his men. Owen orders him to say where Maisie and Beta are, and he simply gives him Santos' name before he gets eaten by dinosaurs in the battling ring. Claire battles Santos and discovers that Maisie is set out toward Biosyn, and she beats a free dinosaur prior to joining Kayla. Barry captures Santos, however not before she sicks one of her dinosaurs on Owen, who is riding a cruiser to find Claire and Kayla. He figures out how to get onto Kayla's plane similarly as she is preparing to take off with Claire, and Owen utilizes the cruiser to knock the dino off the incline and into the sea. Maisie shows up at HQ and meets Wu. He clears up for her that while she is a clone of Charlotte's, she is likewise her real little girl since she brought forth her. Maisie watches video film of Charlotte Elva Quaver, and sees when she was pregnant with Maisie. Charlotte experienced a hereditary sickness, yet she figured out how to modify Maisie's DNA to eliminate all hints of the illness. Wu trusts that by concentrating on Maisie's DNA, he can turn around the insect episode by changing their DNA. Alan and Ellie slip into the regulation space for the beetles to get a DNA test, similarly as Maisie attempts to escape with Beta. Dodgson sounds the alert, which makes the insects swarm around Alan and Ellie. Yet they figure out how to get out securely. They meet Maisie, who can say for sure what their identity is. She goes along with them as they run. They are found by Ramsey, who consents to help them since he views Biosyn's work as exploitative. He sends them away in a monorail to somewhere safe and secure. Ellie lets Maisie know that she knew Charlotte as an understudy, and says she was a splendid and kind individual. In the air, Kayla's plane is gone after by a genuine Quetzalcoatlus, driving Claire to launch and fall into the trees after they tear her parachute. Owen and Kayla collide with a close-by ice lake. They endeavor to securely advance across it yet are pursued by another dinosaur. The two make it across without a moment to spare and go to move Claire. She gets down from the tree yet needs to unobtrusively dodge a pyroraptor that has been following her in the woodland. Owen and Kayla stow away as the T-Rex shows up to eat. The flaring grasshoppers break free and start flying out of the dark. Alan, Ellie, Ian, and Maisie endeavor to beat a huge dinosaur in a van however are thumped down a slope. Fortunately, they land close to Owen, Claire, and Kayla, rejoining the previous two with Maisie. Claire additionally will meet Ellie while Owen meets Alan. The gathering is then followed by the Giganotosaurus, who nearly gets Maisie, however she get away. Ian fights it off by tossing a consuming fabric into its mouth. While the legends work on a break plan, Biosyn begins to catch fire, driving the representatives to escape. Dodgson endeavors to grab his work, and Ramsey lets him know off one final time prior to leaving. Dodgson endeavors to move away in the monorail, yet is cornered by a threesome of Dilophosaurus, who make a feast out of him. Beta happens upon the legends and is quieted so they can securely bring her along. They are likewise found by Wu, who has figured out how to modify the beetle's DNA to stop the spread. Similarly as the gathering readies their leave, the Giganotosaurus returns, however is then gotten between the T-Rex and a Therizinosaurus. The people escape to stay away from the dino battle, and it closes when the T-Rex drives the Giganotosaurus into the Therizinosaurus paws. After getting back to somewhere safe, Alan and Ellie revive their sentiment and later head to Washington, D.C. to affirm against Biosyn. Wu's work is a triumph and stops the grasshopper spread. Owen, Claire, and Maisie get back and rejoin Beta with Blue. Prior to withdrawing once again into the woods, Blue offers one final look with Owen. One last voiceover broadcasts that dinosaurs and people should adjust to coincide.